What's going on, people? Welcome back to another episode of the Fantasy Football Busters podcast. Today is Tuesday, January 3rd, 2023. Welcome to the new year, everyone. Still the same season, though, so we're still going to keep covering stuff. And with that being said, we're at weeks 17 news and stuff like that, and we're starting to wind down the season. So if you guys still want to stick with the channel, we still will be making content, more dynasty related, off-season related news. So definitely stick around because we're going to keep going. It's just going to be in a different format going forward. And with that being said, I'm also joined today by my co-host, Mr. Eric. How you doing today, brother?
I'm doing great, man. Happy New Year to you. Happy New Year to everybody out there. It's crazy that we're already in 2023. But yeah, I'm excited to continue talking football, especially for all you sickos out there that are still
Oh,
playing fantasy in week 18.
you sick fucks.
As much as I don't agree with you and I think you need to change your ways, we're still here for you. We still cater to the sickos. So that's what we're going to be doing today with some news and injuries.
Yep. So with that being said, we're gonna kick off the news and injuries first and foremost. We're gonna talk a little bit about last night's game, Bengals Bills. The unfortunate news about Mr. Damar Hamlin, wishing for a speedy recovery, or even honestly at this point, we're wishing for good news. So we're hoping and praying for him. Our prayers are out for him, his family, the teams, and we're just hoping for the best and hoping for good news today. Honestly, so that's our real serious moment for the day. I do want to make sure that that is out there, that we are hoping for the best for him. And we're going to kick this off and get into the, fantasy news, what you guys came here for. So, yeah. With our first piece of news, we're going out of San Francisco with Christian McCaffrey. And they're saying he has a minor ankle sprain and is listed as day to day. Obviously, after a pretty big game the other day for the 49ers as well. What do you think about this one, Eric?
I'm definitely interested to see what more information comes out about this because minor ankle sprain could be the truth if it's like a low ankle sprain. It can be something that could only hold him out for a week, or maybe he could even play through. Um, but if this is a high ankle sprain, people try to put minor in front of that, and it's just never the case. That's going to be a big injury, something that's going to hold him out for multiple weeks. So hopefully, for Christian McCaffrey and San Francisco's sake, it's not that.
Does Christian McCaffrey, does he have like a history of ankle injuries now, would you say?
I mean, I guess I don't know that it's necessarily predictive.
Mm-hmm.
Like once you sustain multiple injuries to the same ligaments or muscles or whatever tissue it is over and over again, then
Becomes
yeah,
more susceptible
you're
to getting injured.
right. I don't know that we're necessarily there yet with Christian McCaffrey, but that is a good point to watch out for, I guess.
Okay. Yeah, so that's some news coming out of San Francisco. And then moving over to Miami, we got Teddy Bridgewater suffered a dislocated pinky, not a broken pinky. Mike McDaniel says his status is likely going to come down to how much the swelling can go down this week and how he feels gripping the football. He also mentioned that Teddy gave some thought to coming back into the game the other day, too. So it was one of those situations where maybe if they really, really needed him, he could have gone back out there. But just taking the precautions, especially with this quarterback room in Miami, probably not the worst idea in the world, honestly.
Yeah, you're gonna want to have your guys healthy out there. That'll lead us into our next piece of news, also that you're going to talk about. It sounds like Tua isn't going to be available for Week 18.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, they were able to win the game last week with Skylar Thompson, so they didn't have to get Teddy back in there. They didn't have to rush him. I'm I I would probably lean towards him being doubtful for next week. The initial reports seemed a lot more negative, and now they're coming out and saying it's a dislocation, not a break. So a little bit more positivity, but I'm still probably leaning towards him not playing.
Yeah, still not the most positive situation in the world. And then moving over to Dallas, we got Mr. Tony Pollard set to return to practice this week after missing last Sunday's game, according to Mike McCarthy. So another big addition for the Dallas offense, of course. Their other running back who's been absolutely stunting this year. So good to see him back out there on the field. Do you have anything for this one?
No, not too much. This is about what we expected.
Mm-hmm.
He was a game time decision coming into this past week, so we figured he would probably be back and ready to go for Week 18. I don't. I wonder what Dallas is going to do with their starters. Their playoff situation, like they're locked, right? Like they're for sure in the playoffs at this
They're
point.
locked into the playoffs, but the one seed hasn't been solidified yet.
Oh, that's right. They still
So
could get
people
that from the
still have
Eagles.
stuff to
Okay,
play for this week.
good
And
point.
good
Okay,
thing
yeah.
they got the Commanders.
Oh God. Not looking forward to that.
Yeah, they're gonna kick the shit out of us.
Yeah.
But for a 1 seed, hey man, go for it. Uh, moving on to the next piece, we got Mr. James Conner of the Arizona Cardinals is considered day to day with a shin injury. Coach Cliff Kingsbury called it nothing major and said the X-rays were negative. So that's good that there's no types of breaks or fractures in that shin. Probably some sort of bruise going on, some discomfort. So hopefully James Conner will be able to make it back out there onto the field soon. It's not really like the team really needs him though. At the end of the day, they could end up. I mean, what are they playing for at this point?
Yeah, that's the part where I definitely agree with you. If we're talking about trying to win games, they absolutely need him. He's
Yeah,
been their entire team, but they don't need to win games. They're out of all contention at this point. Yeah, it doesn't really matter.
yeah. So James Conner, if you guys are playing Week 18, keep an eye on that because
Yeah.
he may or may not be out there. Who knows?
I think if they did have something to play for, I'd be pretty confident that he's a go.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, considering the situation, maybe they err on the side of caution.
Yeah. So I guess we'll keep an eye on that status throughout the week. Moving back over, or not even back over to the AFC North, I guess. AFC East.
You got it.
Jacoby Meyer left. Jacoby Myers left the game against the Dolphins with a shoulder injury and did not return. We've yet to get more detailed info on his injury yet, but it's something to monitor throughout the week, especially if you do have Jacoby Myers on your team, someone who has been playing decently well this season as well. So
Yeah.
hopefully he'll be back soon as well. That'd be another pretty big loss for the New England offense if he weren't to play next week.
Yeah. I will say Tyquan Thornton did step up in Jacoby Myers' absence last week and played pretty well.
Did he
He's
score
a guy
last
that
week as well?
he did.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's somebody that we kind of had our eye on earlier on in the season. We thought there was a breakout coming, and then, ooh, excuse me, might have to cut that one out. Little baby barf.
Let me write this time down. 10-10.
Sorry about that.
You're good.
I legit almost puked on camera.
Ooh. This is one of them. You're just sitting up, straight out. What the fuck happened?
I just finished my breakfast. I was trying to come back up.
All right. All right.
All right. What was I saying? Jacoby Myers.
We're saying it'd be a
I was
pretty
talking
big
about
loss
Tyquan
for them.
Thornton.
Tyquan Thornton stepped up.
Yeah. All right. I'll just keep going from there. Yeah, Tyquan Thornton stepped up in Jacoby Myers' absence. He's a guy that we kind of pegged to be an earlier season breakout and then kind of got relegated back to the bench, didn't get very much playing time. But so far in the opportunities that he's gotten, he's been pretty good.
Yeah. And that dude's fast as shit, too.
Yeah, what is it? 4.28, I think.
Yeah, that dude is absolutely a
Crazy.
burner. Definition of a burner, for sure.
Yeah.
But yeah, hopefully Jacoby Myers gets back healthy. But again, I don't know if the Patriots are also. I don't think they're playing for anything as well this week. So it's just another one where if he's not good to go, he may not play this week. So
Yeah.
just keep an eye on. That's what comes with Week 18, everybody. This is why we don't play Week 18. But hey.
Don't do it. You need to switch.
And moving on to the next piece, over to Minnesota. One of the better right tackles in the game, Brian O'Neill of the Vikings, is dealing with a pretty significant leg injury. Initial report said it was a calf injury. Kevin O'Connell isn't sure about his return timetable, but he will definitely be out this week. That's for sure. So going forward, obviously the Vikings, they've clinched the playoff spot. They're going to the playoffs. They're trying to figure out, I guess, now if they're going to be able to get him back for any portion of these playoffs, which they're going to need him if the Vikings are as fraudulent as I think they are.
Bro, the Vikings are the worst good team in the NFL, dude. I don't know what to think of them. They should have lost to the Colts, and the Colts have shown their true colors. They're absolutely awful.
Yeah,
They just got trounced by the Packers, who have been pretty terrible so far this season. It's getting to be, I don't know. It's getting to be pretty rough out there in Minnesota, and it's coming at the worst time.
Yeah, literally the wheels are falling off right at the end, which is kind of what we expected, to be honest with you. I've been talking about it since they've been doing well, but
yeah,
it just kind of does suck to see at the same time. It's like, damn. But oh well. They do have some players I do want to see win, but one of them is not Kirk Cousins. I will say that.
Damn.
Moving and then sticking with Indianapolis, as Eric alluded to, we got Mr. Jeff Saturday says Nick Foles is really sore and won't play versus Houston. He named Sam Ellinger the starter. As we saw, he took a pretty big shot last week. A certain player doing snow angels next to him for about a minute straight, and then continuing to keep talking shit over on the sidelines.
I shouldn't be laughing, but it's
Nah,
pretty funny.
it was hilarious. Like Nick Foles, obviously he was hurt, and we didn't want to see that. But just the
Yeah.
blatant disregard, literally 6 inches to the right of him, was hilarious.
Yeah. Like I want to believe that Kayvon didn't know
He knew.
that yeah.
He knew.
Like maybe in the moment he didn't, but then he goes to the sideline and keeps mocking him. He's like,
Nah,
oh,
bro,
man.
because it's not even that, bro. It's the excessive snow angels, bro. Like
Right next to his like convulsing body. He's
Yeah.
literally like
you
anything could have been like he could have been dying on the field.
if you
And
do 2 or 3 of those, it's a celebration. He did like 7.
there were so many for so long. Oh man.
But
Yeah, that was nuts.
yeah, Sam Ellinger gonna be the starter for the Colts. Who really gives a fuck, man?
Nobody.
Colts are, yeah, bro. It is what it is at this point.
It's a shit show out there.
Absolutely. Then moving to a different shit show that actually has a chance of getting into the playoffs. We got Josh Dobbs will get the start for the Titans once again next week. Actually played pretty well last week. Played better than Malik Willis has anytime he started. So it was
That's for
definitely
sure.
the right move there.
Yeah.
You got anything for this one right here? This is a big game for the Titans. Going to decide who goes to the playoffs out of
Huge.
them and the Jaguars, right?
Yeah, huge Week 18 matchup between those two. If I had to put money on it, I'm probably betting the Jaguars, but neither of these teams have been consistent. It's been a roller coaster ride for both of them. And yeah, with Josh Dobbs at quarterback, it's just hard to have confidence. But yeah, like you said, it was definitely a better performance than we've seen out of Malik Willis.
Mhm.
And if you're playing in Week 18, I think he gives you a lot better of a shot at fantasy relevance from any of the other Tennessee Titans.
And if you got Derrick Henry, fire him up. Obviously, you were going to anyways, but sheesh.
Yeah.
Then moving on to the next piece, a different shit show. You got Ron Rivera said, "We'll see," when asked who's going to start at quarterback for the Commanders this week. Eric, I'm going to let you talk about this one, man.
Oh, I don't know. You shouldn't give me the floor. I don't know what I have to say. I might be speechless on this one. Ron Rivera,
It's
he
just
doesn't know what's going on.
no, and at this point, they're so confused as to what the identity of this team is. We want to be a power run team that mixes in the pass, does this and that. Okay, so Scott Turner, what's he doing over there? Why are we doing wide receiver end arounds on third downs every fucking drive? Why are we? It's all ridiculous. And even at this point, it's like, who will start at quarterback for the Commanders this week? Obviously, just put in Sam Howell at this point. See what you got in him at the very least, because we know what we got in Taylor Heineke.
Yeah.
We damn well know what we got in Carson Wentz.
Yeah. Especially Week 18, Carson Wentz. We've seen this before.
Yeah, and there's nothing to play for because, again, Ron Rivera did not know we could get eliminated last week, so that was cool. It's just, yeah, bro. At this point, see what assets you've got. Keep moving forward. At this point, if you're starting Commanders players and you're in the championship, I'm sorry. I really am.
Don't.
I'm so sorry.
Just don't.
And you guys can probably tell how biased we are there, huh? And then moving on, moving over to Tampa Bay, per Don Kleeman. Or is it Kleiman?
I don't know. Also, I think his first name is Dav. It's
I
a weird
I said
ass
Don
name.
just now?
I mean, that's what you would expect.
Fuck, guys. I'm so sorry. This guy,
Good.
he's got a name. Although the Buccaneers have locked up their playoff spot, they will play all of their starters in Week 18. So they're all going to play. Now, are they all going to finish the game?
Who knows? Week 18.
Week
You never
18.
know.
Week 18, baby. That's why we're here.
Also, even if they do play the whole game, what are they gonna do? Is Mike Evans gonna show up again?
Hey, I do want to
know.
say, we were waiting for that Mike Evans regression. We finally got it.
Got a little too late. A little too fucking late, but we got
Just
it.
a week too late.
Sitting on everybody's benches in championship week. We got it. Big old 44 points on the bench. You love to see it. You love to see it.
You gotta
If you
look.
hey, if you started Mike Evans last week, please show us. Please show
Please.
us. You know why? Because I don't believe you.
I need to
I
see the
don't believe you.
routing that you gave somebody during champ week and you started Mike Evans in your championship game after what he's been doing this whole season. That's insane.
Yeah.
But that is going to wrap up our news and injuries on the week. It was a pretty short list. One of the more, I guess, serious lists, especially at the start. So thank you guys so much for sticking with us through this one. Again, if you're playing championships in week 18, please talk to your commissioner. If you're the commissioner, do better. This should not really be a thing. This is
Need Can we insert that Michael Jordan meme? Get some help. Get
yeah.
some help. Like you need it.
Stop it. Get some help. But literally just yeah, it's not really too much we can advise a whole lot about, but if you've got questions or even ideas about situations that you want to ask us questions about down in the comments below, feel free to ask them. There is no paywall. We've answered any and every question, so continue to do so. Make sure you guys do all that great YouTube stuff. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, hit that notification bell. That way you'll know when all of our new content is out. And then check in the description for our socials. You can follow us on Twitter, TikTok, all that good stuff. Eric, you got anything to say to the people before we head out?
Yeah, just a little bit. Like Will mentioned at the top of the video, we are going to be transitioning in the coming weeks to different styles of content. Now that we're kind of out of redraft season, we're going to be moving on to more dynasty focused stuff. We're into draft season already. 2023 class is coming out. So we'll be talking about prospects. We're going to be talking about strategy for dynasty, when to buy, when to sell, when the best trade opportunities and windows appear, all that good stuff like that. So if you're interested in dynasty information, please stick with us and we'll have a lot of that for you. But yeah, I think that's probably going to wrap us up. Thank you for sticking with us. If you made it to the end, we love you as always, and we'll catch you in the next one. Peace.
Peace.